I thought I'd make a video of my garden now in August. I think it's looked nicer, but this is the middle of August and this is our front garden. The ivy is growing all along here right to our doorstep. Here's this beautiful dragon. I love his face. He reminds me of Bobby when you had to wake him up to go out to do a wee at night when he was lovely and comfortable. Of course, Bobby is gone now. So I just thought I'd wander around and show you a few bits and bobs. This garden is too packed. I need to actually dig some plants out, like the irises there. Now, damn it, it's beginning to rain. So this is the too packed front garden. There are some nice things in it. There's a rose tree there which has bloomed, but now it's been overgrown. There's another rose tree here. Oh, now the wind is up. There's a rose tree there, and it's got flowers coming on it. These are the irises which I have to dig out. There's colour in the garden, bits and bobs of colour, some of it quite nice. These busy lizzies are British busy lizzies and they're so small, they're disappointing. This in here was supposed to be a moss garden, but unfortunately the birds stole all the moss for making their there's an owl in there. There's all sorts of little animals in there, but you can't really see them because there's too much in this garden. It's too full. This is a lovely tree, and the jasmine has been beautiful, and that was white broom, but the tree is falling over, so we've had to tie it up with rope and it needs to be tightened again. So this is the garden in August, middle of August. This tree got transplanted. One half has grown and the other has died, so that needs cutting off. Here's a nice bit of colour, and these are always beautiful. Those are Japanese, what do they call? Japanese, can't remember. I have just transplanted this rose. This rose is called In Loving Memory, and it's been very bad. It hasn't produced any flowers, but I've transplanted it here because it gets more sun. I don't know what this is. Barley. Do you think this is a barley plant? It just grew up here by accident. This is a chili. It's jalapeno chilies, and we've already had a picking on it, so it's got some really excellent chilies growing on that. This is a little corner for watering can. I don't know what this is. Down here on the ground, my sculpture. I really like my sculpture. So that was it's made with slate, and it's got nice look to it, and I've got another one round the back. There's little birds in there and a bigger bird here, and then if you go round the back it's just as nice to look at, sort of monolithic. So I'm now going to go round the back and show you our back garden as it is now in August 2018. This is our garden from our back door. Currently it's full and full of Japanese anemones. That was the flower I couldn't remember the name of before. Last year we cut all the ivy off the arch, which is looking much better. And of course, look at that lovely show of Japanese anemones. Here's one poor little sunflower growing in front of our, it's, what do you call this thing, a cold frame. of course, this is a shed which we put in last year, and a gate. We put a gate as well. I love those sort of cactusy trees we've got near the gate. 2 workshops, that workshop, and then if we just cross over here, here's his other workshop. Here is Bobby's little statue. It's really quite sweet. Doesn't really look like Bobby. And this is the corner where we planted his rose, but the rose is in between the flowering. So we have animals in the garden. Here's a little animal. And on the other side, there's another little animal. And then I was going to show you my sculpture. This is the back garden sculpture. Occasionally the birds, well, when we had birds, we don't have at the moment, used to knock these things down. And in the front are the Easter Island statues I had. I'll show you them. I love this stuff. It grows every year. It's like a sort of, I don't know what it is, but it always grows around the sundial that we've got here. And it looks so green and beautiful. And this is lavender, which is over now really. It brought in so many bumblebees, it was lovely. And here's the grass section. That's a lovely grass, that yellow grass. And there's a new baby, whatever cactusy tree this is, growing out there. And this big grass is a pain in the butt, because it flowers and then it drops its leaves everywhere. Nice bench. In the summer when it's hot, the bench has got harvest mites on it. And under the bench, waiting for somebody to come and keep her company, is my dear old elephant, my sitting elephant, waiting for friends. We've had wonderful, wonderful, what do you call these, pansies this year, and wonderful flowers in our hedge, beautiful creepers, all sorts of interesting stuff. This is ornamental hops, and it looks absolutely stunning when it flowers later. This is the little path that goes round to the back of the garden. I planted this. I thought it would be nice to have grasses in a pot, but we had a dreadful drought and a lot of these grasses died off. But they seem to have recovered a bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that pot. It needs weeding. And so there are little things going off now. I should have made this video when everything was looking fresh and new and young and beautiful. This is our holly tree. So there's a holly tree growing nicely in a very large pot. This yellow lacy stuff is rocket. It's been wonderful. It's wonderful in a salad if you remember to pick it. So those little rocket flowers actually last very well in a vase. And I've taken a lot of stuff out here now. So I think that's where we're at. I like this thing. It's nothing, it's just a pile of stones. I think that's very beautiful. More sunflowers coming out there. Anyway, we feed the birds. There's no birds at the moment. No birds at all. But I'm hoping they'll come back. And all the food will have to be replaced here. Bird feeders that he's just made a new one here. and it's supposed to stop, these poles are supposed to stop the pigeons going in, because the pigeons take all the food. So we don't really welcome pigeons. There's the water, it's full. They often swim in the water. That's if there were any birds to swim. So I'll end off with these very beautiful flowers here, which come up every year and make a really stunning show, and the bees love them.